going live. Live. All right. Let me go ahead and tweet this link out. No one's here yet, and it's fine. It's fine. Let's see. Someone's here. Say hello, whoever you are. And I'm live. 2 people are here. And I'm live. Come say hello. Let's chat. Back down to 1. Guess somebody didn't want to hang out. It's fine. I get that. So whoever is hanging out, say hello in the chat. Love to know who you are. Love to chat. Just say hey. That's all you gotta do. I won't bite. And let me see. Let me go ahead and tweet the link. Not tweet the link, but copy the link for Facebook. I really need to stop going on Facebook. Like just in general, this week aside. Going live. Come join. Someone's here. Say hey in the chat. Boom. Share. And one more. Let me go ahead and tweet something out. How are you this evening, one viewer? It's live. Come hang out. Boom. All right. How is your Sunday treating you, one viewer? I hope it's well. I have done nothing today. I mean, I did stuff around the house. I didn't go out and do anything, you know, social distancing and all. Probably give it about 5 or 10 minutes. We'll see. We'll see how this live stream goes. I don't know. I feel like I have to put out an APB on all my social media outlets. I'm live. Come say hi. Link in the bio. Done. Oh, 2 people in the chat. Say hello. Start a chat in the chat box. Let's have a conversation. I'll read them as quick as I can or as slow as I can. One of those 2. Yep. Lost someone. Not a lot going on this Sunday evening. 3 people now. Oh, say hey in the chat. Whoever's here. Would love to say hey. Would love to start a conversation. I'm just hanging out. I'm just doing whatevs. Hmm. Yeah, nothing's going on too nothing too crazy. I just kind of hung out today, played some video games. How do you join your call? You just live chat, Ryan. You don't join the call. Sorry, I got a text about the live chat. You just watch the video and type in the chat box. Oh ho! What's happening, Cassie? Yeah, another stream. I don't know. I feel like since I haven't been able to go out and film stuff for vlogs, that I would just kind of pop in and do these live streams. This will be the third one this weekend. I don't know if this is going to be a nightly thing. It seems that way for the time being, but yeah, since I haven't really been able to film, I just figured pop on here and say hi, and if anybody wanted to come and hang out and have a conversation, why not? You know, will this be a ghastly story time? I did not even think about telling a story. I mean, I guess I could tell a story. What story would you like to hear? I don't know. I don't know. Hey, Ryan. What's up, buddy? My buddy Ryan just joined the chat. For those who are watching that don't know, oh God, what are you gonna do, Ryan? Get this. All right, anytime Ryan says "get this," I'm watching The Wall. Okay, like, is it a show called The Wall, or is it you're just watching a wall? They just asked this question. Okay, I'm assuming it's a game show then. I'm eagerly awaiting the question. A spooky story, Cassie? I guess I could tell a spooky story. Do you want me to tell a story about my cat Spooky, or do you want me to tell a story that just has a spooky tone to it? All right. They just asked this question. If you multiply the amount of movies in the Fast and the Furious franchise against the amount of movies in the Bourne franchise, what would the number be? So it's what, 9 times, what did they do? 5 Bourne movies? 9 times 5, that would be, no, that I don't. They said the answer was 40. Yeah, I thought there were 5 Bourne movies. No, that's not the number. That's 45, right? Wait, when was this recorded? Was this a recent recording? Because they could not be counting the 9th, since technically, wait, is the 9th out yet? Or are they counting? Wait, are they counting Hobbs and Shaw? Because if they're counting Hobbs and Shaw, then it's 10. But they specifically said, right, but that's still part of, there's 9 Fast and the Furious movies, and then there's Hobbs and Shaw, right? That's still a Fast and the Furious film. It's called Fast and the Furious Present. Yeah. Yeah, so that would be theoretically on paper 10. I mean, I feel like you can call shenanigans all you want. I don't know what that'll do for your street cred. All right, Ryan needs to calm down. Cassie, if you haven't met my friend Ryan, Ryan and I used to do a podcast years ago called the It's All in My Head podcast. And it was a fun time. It was before I had started doing the Mickey Mutineers podcast and the Magic Ghastly Power Hour with my buddy Jeremy from the Magic Geekdom. So what have you guys been up to today, aside from getting mad at questions on a game show? What have you two been up to today? This is an accurate and appropriate introduction to me. I mean, I can elaborate if you'd like me to. Six people watching. I only see 2 people commenting. So if you're watching, please go ahead and comment. I don't bite. I promise. I kind of want to get conversation started. Just my wife is downstairs playing some Mario Party right now. So I figured I'd just come up here and do a little bit of live stream, have a chat with everybody. You played Animal Crossing, cussed out a raccoon. 2 different situations. Okay. Well, given the area in which we live, I would assume those were 2 different situations. Morgan, you're not my supervisor. I am your supervisor. You need to calm down. Dougie, what's happening, buddy? Had to write a complaint to a game show once because they asked whose uncle Uncle Fester was on Addams Family. Well, it depends on which version, doesn't it? Throwing in the semantics. I love it. I'm into it. Wishing I had a Switch. Cassie, you should invest in a Switch. And I'm going to be a bad influence and just keep telling you that you should invest in a Switch until you get one. So, and everybody else should tell Cassie to get a Switch as well. That's at Disflix Tidbit on Twitter. Hashtag Cassie get a Switch. Uncle Fester's well, he's Gomez's brother. Funds for fun are on hold. Nope, I totally understand. Totally understand. I actually was doing some online shopping today because if I'm going to be stuck in my house for the next, I don't know, handful of weeks, foreseeable future, whatever you want to call it, I was on GameStop and I was going to order a handful of retro video games. I had a whole bunch of Sega Genesis games and Super Nintendo games I put in the cart. And they're still sitting there, and I don't know if I want to pull the trigger and get some or not. Yeah, so Wednesday and Pugsley's. That's what I thought. I mean, those are all the versions that I'm used to. I don't know, Dougie. Dougie, if you want to elaborate. In the first TV show, he's Morticia's uncle, became Gomez's brother later on. Oh, I didn't realize that. I thought he was always. I thought he was always Gomez's brother. That's interesting. Have I not watched the original series? I own the original series. Why have I not watched that? Get them on the Switch. I would get them on the Switch if they were available on the Switch. They are not, sadly. So I have to get cartridges, which I'm fine with because that's kind of something. I'm not opening a beer. You're opening a beer. That's something that I wanted to start buying slowly, is just some old retro video game cartridges. We have a Super Nintendo and a Sega Genesis, and I would like to purchase an NES at some point. Which is your favorite country superstar crustacean? Oh, my favorite. You know, Ryan, my favorite country superstar crustacean. If I have to choose one, it's got to be Crab McGraw, because I don't think anyone can compare to the finesse that Crab McGraw shows on stage and in his songwriting. So Crab McGraw for sure, all the way. Anyway, what was I? Oh yeah, so I kind of want to build up a retro video game collection, and I don't know why, because I don't even play the ones that I currently have very often. Thanks, Ryan. Smart call. Yeah, I know my crustacean country superstars. I'll tell that backstory here in a second, but I when Chelsea and I started dating, she had a Super Nintendo, and whenever we moved in, it just kind of became our Super Nintendo, and we hardly touched it. But last year around the spring, I was playing it a lot more, and I thought, man, it'd be great if I had a Sega Genesis. And I just impulse bought a Sega Genesis online. It was like $40. I've got $40, so I bought one and some games. So I was like, hey, that'd be really cool to have like a nice video game system museum here in my spare bedroom that no one goes into. And I would like to get an NES. We also have a PS2 in there. And then we have like 3 of the newer systems. We have PS3, PS4, and a Switch. Oh, excuse me. We got rid of our Wii U because we never played it. But in retrospect, I wish I would have kept the Wii, because the Wii that we had also played GameCube titles or GameCube discs. So I kind of kicked myself for selling the Wii. But they're readily available. I feel like I can just go and buy one like at a decent price. So cheers. Interesting. How's it going? I was gonna say something. Oh yeah, so Crab McGraw. So Ryan and I, again, we used to do a podcast called the It's All in My Head podcast, and I think those episodes are still kind of out in the ether in iTunes, because about 3 or 4 months ago, I went back and I found some of them and I listened to them. We used to do this podcast with another guy. So if you go back and you listen to them, there is a third person there. And Ryan was doing an episode, and his wife Taylor was on it, and they kept on, or she kept on saying Krav Maga, I guess the martial arts, Krav Maga, or however you pronounce it. And Ryan just blatantly says, "What the hell did you say? Did you just say Crab McGraw?" And then our friend Griffin heard the episode and he thought Crab McGraw sounded amazing. So he drew a picture of like this cowboy crab named Crab McGraw with it's just a crab with a cowboy hat. I think he's got like a cowboy mustache, and I think he's got 2 revolvers on his hips. Don't sleep on Lou Bagel. Yeah, that was another character that we made up for that podcast, Lou Bagel. And I can't remember how Lou Bagel came about. And God, I feel like there was the whole bit. I feel like there was a fast food bagel restaurant part to that whole bit. And then we started to come up with weird Avengers. Like if we were to make the Avengers with our made up characters, who would it be? So it was Crab McGraw, Lou Bagel. Oh wait, no, it was Lou Bagel, because Lou Bega owned a bagel shop. That's what it was. And this is the weirdest live stream. I had no idea I was going to talk about Lou Bagel. It was Lou Bega because he was on a commercial selling some kind of insurance, and that's how we got onto the topic during the episode. And then Lou Bega turned into Lou Bagel, and then his number 1 seller was his combo number 5 is what it was. So oh right, you had your pasta restaurant that you wanted to make called Endless Possibilities. And then didn't you get mad because somebody actually stole that and you couldn't use it? 6 people in the chat. Feel free to say hello. Jump in on this. The more the merrier. 1, 2, yeah, because that's how he would throw the bagels in the bag, right? A combo number 5 is 5 bagels. So he would take the bag and he would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then yeah, that was kind of the end of the joke, I guess. Have you been keeping up on the Marvel racing on the Ocho? I don't even know what either of those things are. What's the Ocho and what's the Marvel racing? I don't know. So Cassie, the short answer is no. I have no idea. What is the Ocho? I feel like I've heard that name recently. Let me go ahead and retweet this live stream real quick. Boom. Boom. So I need the Ocho is like what the movie Dodgeball is. The Ocho is like what movie Dodgeball is on ESPN. Okay. Watch the European Tram Championships on the Ocho. No, I haven't been keeping up with any of that. I also don't have cable. So we just stream. Marble racing, cherry spitting, etc. Oh no. I have not been keeping up with any of that. This has been me all day. And I hate myself for it. So I did take a break to Clarf. What's happening? Long time no see. Clarf knows Mamba number 5. That's one of her jams. Clarf, how you doing? How are you and the kiddo? Are you guys doing well with the whole social distancing thing? Sherry Berry, no cable here either. Welcome to the chat, Sherry. Wait, is the cherry spitting stuff really on? Wait, that's Not much is up. We are all in quarantine. We are all in quarantine, and it sucks. I want to go out and do things. We have lots of outdoor time. Man, like the weather here, and Ryan and Morgan can probably attest to this. Like the last 3 days, weather's been pretty solid. It's been a little cloudy, but the sun has been breaking through. At one point, it got up to 80. It was probably like high 60s, mid 70s for a while, and then today it just dropped back down to like the 50s, and it was kind of a bummer. So I also had Slippery Stairs Championships. What? Hopscotch, Jordan. Hopscotch. I have not. No, I take that back. I actually did hopscotch last summer whenever I was teaching a summer camp. I did an obstacle course for my kiddos, and one of the obstacles was a hopscotch thing. So yeah, I don't do the cable. I think I cut the cable cord 3 years ago, 4 years ago, something like that. Cable is getting to be like $125 a month, and I think I only paid $25 between all my streaming services. So and save a hundo and keep that hundo in my pocket. I'm glad I did, because I ended up having to buy a new car. So that's pretty much where that extra $100 goes. I'm really mad we didn't come up with Danny. Oh, let me go grab Danny Dorito. Let me show everybody Danny Dorito. Pretty mad we didn't come up with Danny Dorito as well, Ryan. I feel like it's pretty obvious. But so Ryan and I went to the Atlanta Comic Con last year, and there was an artist there who I think is local to Atlanta. I can't remember the gentleman's name. If I had time to look it up, I would. But he makes these really cool plastic cutouts, and one of them was Danny Dorito. And when I saw it, I was like, I think I'm going to have to buy this. And I left that convention. Ryan, I don't think I bought anything. Did I? Oh, wait, no. I bought a T-shirt. And then there were a couple other things. I'm like, I'm going to go back and buy that. And then by the time we left, everything was closed, so I didn't get to go back and buy it. But this was one of the things that I wanted. And about a month and a half later, he was at a smaller local convention closer to me, and his prices were still the same for these things. So it was $20. So I bought a Danny Dorito. There's another one that I like that the artist does, and it's the Predator from the '80s film, but his face is in a slice of bread, so it's the Predator. And then there is a Jason Voorhees mask, but his mask is a giant slice of cheese, so it's Jason Voor cheese. And I want to get both of those so I can put them with Danny Dorito. They also had Slippery Stairs Championship. Let's see. I'm really mad we didn't come up with Danny Dorito. There's 7 items. You said, yeah, I'm going to have to buy something. Yes. And one of those things, do you remember one of those things was the giant wall decor Halloween mask? And the dude actually was very, very fairly priced on it. It was the like a $40 mummy monster mask. And I left and I was kicking myself for not getting it. And then it's like a few months later, I saw it on Amazon for, it was like $33 with $5 shipping. I'm like, cool, I'm going to buy it. And I bought it. So I have it. It's just, it's sitting up here out of view, but I did get it. But if that dude is back again this year, hopefully that convention will go on. I mean, obviously everything that we've got going on day to day is fluid, and August is a long ways away. So I don't see it not happening, but I would like to go back, I think. We'll see. I think my buddy Chris is going to do his small Comic Con again. The Legion Comic Con is what it was called. So once again, 6 people. If you're just kind of floating about, that's cool. But if you'd like to say hello, say hello. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. If you want to chime in on what any of us are saying, go ahead and please join the conversation. I don't mind. Where does Star Wars Christmas Special? Man. Where does the Star Wars Christmas Special fall on your official ranking of the series? Okay. Empire Strikes Back, A New Hope, The Last Jedi, Return of the Jedi, Force Awakens, Rise of Skywalker, the Christmas Special, Episode 3, Episode 1, and Episode 2. I'm not counting Solo and Rogue One in those. What am I drinking? Sherry Berry. I am drinking, because I know you live in and around the same area that I do, but I'm drinking a Big Shanty from Burnt Hickory Brewery, if you're familiar with them. It's the graham cracker stout that they have, and it's great. So if you haven't checked them out, they are in Kennesaw. I really enjoy them. This is actually one of my favorites of theirs. That's a solid list. I just forgot whatever list I gave you. I do not remember the order in which I named those movies. But I do actually genuinely enjoy the Star Wars Holiday Special. I think I love it because everybody hates it so much. But it's like, because I know it's not good. It's not good, but it's fun. And I love the fact that, one, Mark Hamill looks like he's trying to be David Bowie in that Christmas special. And we get B. Arthur singing a song. You never got that in an episode of Golden Girls. Actually, you got it in a lot of episodes of Golden Girls. That's a lie. Don't listen to me. But she was never a cantina owner in an episode of Golden Girls. So, what else? Lumpy. I think Lumpy's just fun. And then there's that weird part with his grandfather, and his grandfather's like watching this erotic dancer. Like, this was on television. What is going on? Did I see Onward yet? No, I haven't seen Onward. I was going to go to the theater, and then I was fully prepared to pay $20 on iTunes for it last night so Chelsea and I could watch it. And then her response was, "Nah, we'll just wait a couple weeks and see it when it comes on Disney Plus. Save the $20." So, yeah, the Miami episode is what I was what I remembered whenever I said that she didn't sing, and then I remembered that episode. I was like, oh yeah, she did sing. So, but I do want to see Onward. I still might throw $20 at it. I'm not too sure. I'm not a drinker, but my fiance is. I try to keep an eye out for him. Fair enough. This one's a good one. I will say it also depends on the batch, Sherry. So if you can get a good batch early on, because I think it's a seasonal beer, and I've just had it in my fridge. If you can get an early batch where it's very thick, very heavy on the graham cracker, it's really good, and it's a little bit of a higher gravity. I think this is a 9%. So it's very good though. Cheers. Fast and Furious and Golden Girls are my bread and butter. Yeah, I can confirm. I can confirm that is your bread and butter, Ryan. Hey, Jeremy and/or Kara. How's it going? I don't know which one, because I thought it was Jeremy last time, and then it was Kara. This is Kara or Jeremy, or both. Wait a minute. Curveball. Is this Carly? Because if this is Carly, I'm going to be impressed. Jeremy, I'm good. Hey, buddy. How you doing? Well, you just said you're good. Never mind. Don't answer that. Think I might be down for a little bit of Mario Kart after this live stream, if you're up for it, and anyone else who's up for it, who has a Switch. So Cassie, you should get a Switch. Hashtag Cassie, get a Switch. Kara is karting. Chelsea is currently partying with Mario in the crew right now. So that's why I'm up here doing Yield live stream. And twist this. Wait, Ryan, are you saying that you're Kara and Kara's typing to you from your account? Because if so, that I don't know how Jeremy would feel about that, or Taylor. You saw her partying? Yeah, she's throwing down. She's partying with a whole lot of them. Peach, Luigi, Mario, and all of the Toads. So are all of the Toads just named Toad? Like, I feel like that's really weird. Like, I'm wearing a Mario shirt and I'm asking this question. I don't even know the answer to it. So, because I thought Toad was just the red spotted mushroom, but then there's a yellow and the blue spotted and the green spotted mushroom. Are they all Toad? Do they all share a conscious? Are they all Toad? Is it kind of like Venom? Whenever Venom meshes with Eddie Brock and he says, "We are Venom." That's not. You take that back, Clark. We played a 15-rounder and she was playing before and after. Okay. See, they are fungus. They are fungus. They share the same mind. See, that's the kind of hard-hitting science that I need to change my mind. So, yeah, the girl is Toadette. So wait, like I knew that there was a Toadette, but in Luigi's Mansion, there's just 3 different Toads, though, right? I don't remember a Toadette there. They are Toad. I feel like this is a weird deep dive that we've all gone and experiencing together. I apologize to everybody. This is a weird live stream. They've all been a little weird since I've been doing them. So Toadette is a different species of fungi. Wouldn't it be a fungus? Don't laugh at that. That wasn't a funny joke. None of my jokes are funny. Resistance is futile. I am doing my best to not go back on the GameStop website and order some Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis games. So I had like 3 in my cart. And I had like $40 worth of stuff in my cart, and I'm like, do I need these? Like, I don't need them. I want them, and if I'm not going anywhere, I might as well buy them. But what if I need that $40 in a week and a half? I don't know. So I'm clearly not going out and spending all the money anywhere else. I'm pulling all of this out of my ass. I have no idea. I don't have any idea either. So your guess is as good as mine. I believed you. You didn't even have to tell me that. I would have taken your word for it. Danny DeVito would have believed you too. Oh God, could you imagine if oh God, this is weird. It was like the little guy in Mortal Kombat where he would pop up and he would be like, Toasty or something like that. I haven't played Mortal Kombat 2 in forever. So 6 people in the chat. If you're hanging out, please say hi. Please join the nonsense. Cool Blanche. He's a programmer. Oh, that's right. I do remember that now. Okay. Wasn't there like during the when you were playing the game and he popped up, if you hit a button combination within a certain amount of time, like something special happened? I feel like someone's like wasn't that how you fought Reptile? That was the secret? Or was it Smoke? I can't remember. All of these video game secrets are coming back to me. Oh God, that's weird. They don't do stuff like that anymore. Well, I guess it's a lot harder these days to make a secret in a video game because the internet wasn't like widely adopted in households back then. So like it existed, but I don't think it was not until like 97, 98, 99 where people started to get it in their house regularly. So I guess you just couldn't look up video game secrets. I don't think video game secrets are a thing anymore. Oh man, that kind of that weirdly bummed me out that video game secrets aren't a thing anymore. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm just playing the wrong games, but yeah, I don't remember like a cool video game urban legend that turned out to be true. What are some of your favorite video game urban legends? Like I know there was the one about all of the ET Atari cartridges that were thrown away in the landfill, which turned out to be true. It actually ended up being true. There's a cool documentary it was on Netflix. I don't know if it's on Netflix anymore, called Game Over. It was basically the story of the rise and fall of the Atari, but also the creation of the ET game, which aided to the downfall of the Atari, and kind of like that early era of at-home video gaming with the Atari 2600. But no, like an archaeologist team went out to this alleged landfill, and it turns out that there were a bunch of ET cartridges, but it wasn't just ET. It was a bunch of other stuff. So it was true to an extent, because I think the urban legend was that they were all exclusively ET cartridges, but there was like stuff like Yar's Revenge and Pac-Man cartridges and whatnot in there. See, what about the CIA arcade game? The CIA arcade game. What is this? Clark, I need more information. Get me more info to go on. Achievements kind of ruin cheat. Yeah, I guess you're right. Achievements kind of ruin cheat, which is a bummer because I don't even care about achievements. I never go out of my way to get them. And whenever I do get them, I'm just kind of like, all right. The Haunted Majora's Mask cartridge legend. That I haven't gone down that rabbit hole, but I do know about it. And God, wasn't that on like a Reddit thread or something? I don't go on Reddit only because I feel like I waste enough time. Oh, excuse me. No, I waste enough time on social media. But I'm gonna have to go find that urban legend and read it because I thought it was like some kid finds the cartridge at a like garage sale or something. Polybius. Polybius is a Greek historian who likened the study of history to parts of the body, and how if you were to be a proper historian, you'd have to look at all versions of the story, because if you wanted to get the complete body, you'd have to look at everybody's point of view in different perspectives. Polybius, way ahead of his time. Yeah, and the game deletes his save file and names it Ben. Oh, I do remember that. That is weird. I'm gonna have to go back and find that story and read it. I'm gonna retweet this link real quick. So hopefully, there's 6 of us here. If you're here and you're just kind of scoping out in the background, please say hello. We won't bite, I promise. Well, I can't guarantee that Clark won't bite. She's kind of weird sometimes. But yeah, join the conversation, jump in. But it's also a good urban legend game. I'm going to look into that. I'm looking it up right now. Polybius video game, Wikipedia. Polybius urban legend. Okay, so it's an arcade cabinet. The legend describes the game, and this is all from Wikipedia, which the academic in me, I don't trust Wikipedia, but for this purposes, I think we can go. I think it's okay. The legend describes the game as part of a government-run crowdsourced psychology experiment based in Portland, Oregon during 1981. Gameplay supposedly produces intense, psychoactive, and addictive effects in the player. These few publicly staged arcade machines were said to have been visited periodically by men in black. Oh, that's a whole different conspiracy. For the purpose of data mining the machines and analyzing these effects. Eventually, all of these Polybius arcade machines allegedly disappeared from the arcade market. Polybius is also the name of a Greek historian born in Arcadia, who was coincidentally known for his assertion that historians should never report what they cannot verify through interviews with witnesses. Boom. I'm going to look more into this. This is a weird conspiracy. I like this one. The flat earth, not so much, because the earth is round. So, but this one is actually pretty, I'm going to look more into this. I didn't know about this one. Thanks, Clark. An entry for the title was added to the arcade February 6, 2000. I'm not going to read all of it right now, but that was a pretty cool introduction. So, and it's a very basic arcade unit too. Like, it looked like it was just slapped together. It doesn't look like there's artwork on the sides. It just says Polybius up top, one joystick and one button. It was like the lazy man's arcade. See, just searched, and this legend came up that Luigi is dead in Luigi's Mansion. I could see that. I've only played the third one. I played a little bit of the one for the 3DS. See, I've seen a Polybius machine at a convention before. Like, okay, so was the Polybius machine you saw, did it look legitimate, or did it look like it was maybe recreated? Because I feel like that would be easy with a lot, especially these days, with a lot of like people who specialize in building arcade cabinets. If let's see, it was fan-made. Okay, fan-made machine. Cool, fair enough. I would love it if it was an original 1980s machine. That would be pretty cool. I don't know. Now I kind of want to build a Polybius machine. Like, I feel like that would be a really cool conversation piece to have. man, I need to get out of this house. Like once I get out of this house, I can have a pretty cool space where I can have cool stuff like that. I still need to go to Home Depot and pick up stuff to start fixing up the house, but social distancing and whatnot. I'm trying to think of some other video game urban legends that there were. Was the nude code for Tomb Raider ever legitimate, or was that something that somebody made after? Like, did somebody mod it after the fact? So I feel like Tomb Raider 1 or 2 for the PC, there was a rumor going around. Keep in mind, I was in, God, what was I, like 7th or 8th grade whenever those came out. So of course, like that was the big talk amongst like the prepubescent boys were like, oh, you could enter a code and she could be nude. You can just play Lara Croft, and she's walking around naked. And of course, like I didn't have a PC, so I had a PlayStation. See, 7th grade, yeah. So 7th grade, I would have had a PlayStation, and the console before that, I would have had a Sega Genesis. So someone made it after. Okay, so we can put that urban legend to rest. Didn't happen, wasn't a thing, and then it was something somebody went back to do, which doesn't surprise me, even that early in like 3D gaming. So yeah, what else? What other? I feel like there's a couple that I'm forgetting. Yeah, I don't know. I think I might be tapped out. Let's Google video game urban legends and see what comes up. Video game urban legends. All right. Games Radar. Gaming's creepiest urban legends to make sure you don't sleep tonight. All right, let's see what the first one is. A text adventure exposed a California murder. Pale Luna smiles wide. Pale Luna is an enigmatic text-based adventure game in the vein of Zork and the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It's also nigh impenetrable. Not my word. They actually typed out nigh. I don't know why. Your quest begins innocently enough. You are in a dark room. Moonlight shines through the window. There's some gold, a shovel, and some rope nearby, along with a door to the east. If this was your typical adventure game, you'd probably have to escape the room using an esoteric combination of gold and shovels, but Pale Luna is hardly typical. Let's see. Travel to the point, location. Yep. No, that one doesn't do a very good job of explaining the urban legend. Let's that one's a really long one too. I'm not gonna. Kill switch doesn't even exist anymore. Arcade cabinet Polybius was a government test. All right, there you go, Clark. Noob Saibot was an urban legend in Mortal Kombat, and then they made him. Oh, I do remember that because his name was Tobias Boone, right? It was Noob Saibot backwards or it was the dude's name backwards. It says this one's redacted. Earthbound's final mission has you perform an alien abortion. Oh, Jesus. That was a Super Nintendo game. Ugh. Squall dies midway through Final Fantasy VIII. Okay. I've only played Final Fantasy VIII once, and that was whenever it came out for the PlayStation. See, Final Fantasy carries the most absurdly disturbing urban legend. Many believe that it's here that Squall dies. There's even an entire website devoted to the theory, and that's the rest of the game in a near-death dream as he plummets to the ground. All right. Ben drowned in this Majora's Mask copy. Okay, there goes the Majora's Mask urban legend. Let's see. Let's try The Gamer. 23 video game urban legends that are too creepy for words. Let's see what this list has to say. It's one of those ones that you have to click through. All right, possessed copy of Majora's Mask. Pokemon Creepy Black. I don't remember that. Tale involves a bootlegged version of Pokemon Red, which comes in a solid black cartridge. In it, you fight with a ghostly Pokemon, appropriately named Ghost, who freezes its opponents in fear and uses a curse to move on them. Oh, all right. The Madden curse. Okay, that's an urban legend. Like this idea. Like I'm not a sports gamer, but whoever was on the cover of the Madden games would somehow get injured and would be out for X amount of games, if not an entire season, the following season after that game was out. So I do know a little bit about the Madden curse. Pokemon Snap Haunting. Creepy, corrupted Sonic game. What is this one all about? Let me read this one. Our favorite charming blue hedgehog suddenly becomes a bit more unsettling while sporting bloody demonic black eyes and razor-sharp fangs. This creepypasta gets a little over the top. Okay, it's a creepypasta with the tales of crazed Sonic that drags people into his game along with the tormented Knuckles and Tails. Though what's neat about this urban legend is that there is a real playable execute file that can be experienced by anyone. Interesting. All right. The brief experience essentially plays like a glitchy, dark, and twisted version of the original Sonic the Hedgehog. You play as Tails, Knuckles, and even Dr. Robotnik as you trek across a handful of environments while a dark figure of Sonic creeps on you. Give it a try if you're feeling bold, as it is certainly good for some jump scares. So that one's a real one. Let's see. Again, Polybius. Let's see. Dark almost never played a Dark almost never played Mario 64 sequel. Everybody remembers the GameCube era Mario title. Light, kid-friendly adventure into a colorful tropical landscape. It was Mario Sunshine, right? I never played that one. But a concept sequel to Super Mario 64 was even darker. Story goes that the remnants of this darker tinged Mario ended up in Luigi's Mansion, which would have been on the GameCube. So one supposed player of this game talks of the early build containing some dark city environments and a sinister house that Mario enters, only to find a version of Bowser whose appearance is larger and more menacing than ever. In this game demo, the beast defeats a frightened plumber in a rather strange manner. Interesting. I think they should make a Mario game where you just have to be an actual plumber. Looking to see a haunted NES Godzilla game. I'll come back to that one. That one sounds pretty good. Eerie premonitions over the radio in Fallout 3. Minecraft. I've never played Minecraft. Atari's Berserk provoked medical emergencies and altercations. The Demonic Children of Goldshire in World of Warcraft. I'm just found this list online, so I'm just kind of clicking through. Bigfoot sightings in San Andreas. You could have just left that at Bigfoot sightings. It still would have been an urban legend. An unexplained ghost popping up in Halo. There's a dimension in Diablo full of axe-wielding cows. All right. Okay, wait, here's one, especially for Jeremy, since you and I just both finished Luigi's Mansion. Luigi's Mansion actually takes place in Luigi's Nightmare. There are red flags throughout this title starring Mario's brother and sidekick that suggests something may not be quite right here. Aside from the ghostly themes, there are moments throughout hinting that this experience might be sort of a hallucination, nightmare, or even purgatory for Luigi. This is an oddly spooky experience coming from Nintendo. You've got the fact that Luigi doesn't sport a shadow throughout, for one. You've also got lapses in logic, such as ringing phone inside the mansion that clearly has been zapped of any power source. There's even a scene in which a flash of lightning reveals an ominous, hanging, shadowy figure that resembles Luigi. Okay, that must be the first one. I'm kind of hoping Killer Cows. Yeah, Killer Cows. I don't know, that was a weird one. God, I really wish that Nintendo would do a remaster of the first Luigi's Mansion or a rebuild of Luigi's Mansion for the Switch, because I would throw good money at that. Squall perishes midway through Final Fantasy. We saw some of these are from the other list. A dark forbidden crypt lurking underground in the world of Warcraft. And number one for this one is Portal's AI resembles a bound human hanging upside down. I mean, I see it, but I feel like that's probably just pareidolia. So I don't know. Those are some pretty fun urban legends for video games. I'm clearly in a video games frame of mind right now because that's all I've been doing all weekend. I think whenever I get done with this, if we don't play Mario Kart, then I'm going to start playing the Medieval Remastered. So we've got, let's see, Cassie's here, Jeremy's here, Clarf, I think you're still here, but that means there's two other people just watching. So if you're still here from earlier, say hey. Let me know you're still here. If not, man, I've almost been doing this for an hour. Time really flies. I think I might end it at an hour. I'm not too sure. We'll see if the chat picks up. But if not, I think I might call it at an hour. Because clearly I have some games to play. So, but how have your evenings been? We still have a few minutes to chat. How have your evenings been? I hope everybody is doing well. Favorite game of 2019. Okay, what was my favorite game of 2019? What did I play that came out? I can tell you what it wasn't. It wasn't Kingdom Hearts 3. I can tell you that right now. Because Kingdom Hearts 3 was the biggest of disappointments, which Cassie has if you're listening, Cassie has a podcast called Disflicks and Tidbits, and she had me and another one of our friends, Anthony, on to talk about, there was a 2-part episode, talk about our first impressions of Kingdom Hearts 3 and our final impressions of Kingdom Hearts 3. So you should just go check out Cassie's podcast and subscribe to it anyway. But if you want to go back and find those 2 episodes, I think they're just entitled Kingdom Hearts 3. I didn't like Kingdom Hearts 3 at all. I thought it was a huge waste. And definitely not worth the 13-year wait. So it was a big bummer. Let's see. Favorite game of 2019. What came out last year that I really enjoyed? Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order was great. Mainly because it was an Uncharted game. No, you're awesome, Cassie. Thank you for letting me be on your podcast a couple times. Mainly because it was an Uncharted game with a Star Wars skin, and I thought that was awesome. God, I think I liked that one the best out of everything that came out, or at least that out of everything that came out that I played. I feel like everything else that came out was something that I've either played in the past or was a remastered version of something previously. So I'm gonna go Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Yeah. So anyway, so I think I'm going to go ahead and end the live stream there. So thank you all for for all of you who decided to come on in and chat and listen to the ramblings of a man who has clearly been cooped up inside of his house for far too long. So yeah. So anyway, you guys take it easy. If it's your first time coming to the channel, I hope you enjoyed what you watched. If you liked it, go ahead and hit the thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button because I do have some vlogs coming out from whenever I was at Disney World with our friends Jeremy and Kara from the Magic Geekdom. And the next one should be coming out pretty soon, hopefully. It's a Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. It's our first time there, so that's what I'm currently editing. So I'm going to go ahead and end this the way I end my vlogs. So we'll see you real soon, and stay spooky. Have a good night, everybody.